Hello, everyone, and welcome back to part 3 of Thanks a Brunch Tier 2 Breakfast Franchise. Now, in the last episode, we managed to get a conveyor belt on the blueprint desk. This episode, or this day, day 12, we're going to upgrade this to a grabber. Now, after today, from the freezer until the prep station will be fully automated, and which is very good, by the way, and we have to keep working on getting conveyor belts. I think we need we need 3 more conveyor belts, 2 at the very least, to start to fully automate making the toast. We get 1 more card after today, and that'll be the last card we get until we potentially franchise again and then reset. But we'll see what happens. So we're going to start our day as normal. I actually have a bit of not a trick, but something that I'm going to do. I'm actually going to come in here, put that in there, and I'm going to come down here. I'm going to make a toast down here because it'll make it there. That's not an issue at all. It just goes very, 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 very slowly, as you can tell. But you know what? Speed isn't everything. I feel there's a mess here. I can feel the mess. This is where we desperately need the other grabber to pull the toast off of the off of the safety hob. Excuse me. Oh, that was weird. Okay, wow. All right, we have another toast ready to go there. Another bread ready to go. We're still looking for conveyor belts. I'm going to actually put this one in here because it is going to go faster now because there's more customers and it's day 12, so things are quicker. But I mean, I'm not really worried about it, to be honest with you. We're doing quite fine. The closing time may be a bit of a pain in the butt for us, but I think we'll be okay with it. I'm not too worried. But the way you got to make this work is you got to have places to store your breads well in advance. Like you got to have them being made well in advance, which reminds me to make another one on the safety hob. That way we just have another one ready to go in case we need it. Because if we need it and we don't have it, then we're in trouble. Especially at the end of the day. But we're fine here. We have so many coffee tables. I'm not worried about any of this at the moment. It'd be nice if this was a bit faster, but obviously it's not because it's a safety hob. But I don't have to worry about burning anything. Because toast cooks very fast in the oven. It also burns very fast in the oven. So, wow, we're through another loaf already. Wow. That's a lot of bread. That's a lot of loaves. Got a mess here, no big deal. Trying to make sure we never run out of toast. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this one up in here. I'm just going to get another one being made. Ooh, there it is. That's what we need right there, conveyor belt. All right. You're going to go in here. You're going to go here. 9 for that one. Wow, I wonder why we're getting 9 for it now. We shouldn't be getting 9. Not complaining, but we shouldn't be getting 9 coins for it. I'm not sure why it went up all of a sudden. I guess the difficulty went up, maybe. Alright. Actually flying through this day pretty well, actually, guys. Almost a little bit too fast for my liking, because we don't have anything to back up yet. But that grabber that we just researched is going to be really, really helpful for this, because when we're doing other things like doing dishes or something, this will automatically be feeding into the prep station. Now, we're at the end of the day. We may or may not get the rush, so I'm going to put this in here just as a fail-safe, if you will. I'm going to wait. If we get a rush, it's not a big deal, to be honest with you. I have enough bread here for everybody. I don't want to be shorted toast in the freezer. Look at that big mess. I want to make sure these are all, yep, here they come, which is fine. They can come. This guy on the left is going to be the last one that's going to get served regardless of anything. So it doesn't really matter to me. Actually, maybe he won't be the last one. This last one's served, I should say. We actually keep having more coming in. So this is fine. This is actually, yeah, okay, now I think we're at the hard cap. Because there is a hard cap on the amount of customers you will get after closing time. So this should be good. All right, perfect. That's going to go in there. And then we got this one to there. Perfect. And that's it. Should be it. You can skirt around these. Look at that. You can skirt around it, and you'll get the slowdown. If you walk through it, you really get slowed down. All right. Let's see what card we get. This will make or break our run, I believe. All right. Oh, that's easy. We only have one desk. We only have one desk. So why would we not go for simplicity is the way to go? We only have one research desk. So that's super good. Now we're getting there. We're getting there, guys. We're getting there. So this grabber now is going to go. We have to kind of redo some of this because this has to go back, back, back. This has to go. Actually, it doesn't actually have to go. This research can go down here. Heck, research doesn't have to go up there. Research can go here, and then this can go right there. That way I have enough. This is going to go in here, 100%. So we have grabber, grabber again. Make sure these things are turned the right way. If you're unsure, just go into practice mode. But we know this has to face this. This is going to, so what this is going to basically do is when you put a fresh loaf in here, it's going to draw from it with the portioner. It's going to put it via conveyor belt onto the safety hub. Safety hub is going to belt it, conveyor belt it, or grabber it, whatever, into the frozen prep. Once we get this grabber, we can then put this pulling from the safety hob into the freezer. Because then that way we have one loaf, we'll have one on the conveyor belt, and we'll have one on here. So that will have 3 loaves preloaded in a sense, which we're at 32 customers. So then after tomorrow, we'll be able to have, say, 4 loaves, and that's all we need. We can have one sit in the oven. Eventually, the oven's going to become obsolete. We're just not quite there yet, of course. But yeah, we're getting there. And we have the combiner to make the flour. We need, from my count, we need 2. We need one more conveyor belt or one more grabber after this one. Then we can fully automate making this. So we could fully automate this by the end of this run, this tier 1 run. Again, we're using a random seed, DF, VF, DV, just a random seed. So let's get our day going. And with 32 customers, again, it's going to come quicker because there's more of them, of course. So they come faster. But it's got to be a little bit careful. We used our one desk up, which is not a big deal. I mean, the big X is a bit unsightly on it, but it's okay. Now the thing is here is now we just got to keep up with the demand of doing the dishes. I'm going to keep an eye on this so it doesn't burn. Perfectly perfect. The dishes clean. Again, there's still no counter yet on how many customers that you have left versus how many customers that you served. I wish, or I hope that is implemented at some point. But if it's not, it's not, and that's quite okay as well. Already through that loaf. We should only need one more loaf. Yeah, we'll do it in there. That's fine. And we have the 2. We'll reach that. That is really tempting, but we only have. It's really tempting for that. But the thing is, it's going to be a research desk. It's not going to be a copy desk. And the only thing that would be beneficial right now is if it would be a copy desk. So there's no point to try to get that at this point. In my opinion, there's no point. Oops. If anything, we want another conveyor belt just to have it because we will need it, obviously. I can't. Why won't it let me put a full loaf in there? That's very interesting that I can't do that. Because you should be able to put a full loaf in that. That's weird. Dish rack would be okay. We should start working on getting another sink. A better sink. Like more safety sink or soaking sinks. Wonder why it won't let me put that in there. That should not. You should be able to put this in there. Oh, that's why. Because I burned a loaf. How about that? I totally forgot about that. I burned one. Whoopsies. My mistake. My mistake indeed. Oh, that explains why I couldn't put one in there. Right? Jeez. Totally messed that up. I didn't know there was even one in there. Not paying attention, of course. Because what else is new, right? Alright, put that in there. Good to go here. We still have plenty of bread. Plenty of toasty. Let's get caught up on dishes a little bit here. Get the messes cleaned up. Everything cleaned up. Everything cleaned up. Because the closing time, we will get hit with that tonight for sure. Wouldn't be surprised if we get another 4 people. So it ends up it gets to be a lot, but we're not quite there yet. The panic stage. Oh, I'm trying to wash it from there. That's silly. Dish racks are nice, but not really useful for what we're doing right now. So we'll keep on rolling just like we are here. This mess has to be clean, and the sink won't reach that far. So I want to put this one in here. I am going to get another one on, just in case. I don't know how many customers are... Oh, we might actually be towards the end of the actual day here. If we are, we're going to be okay. I got to keep an eye on it if we get any more customers. You know, let's just finish it. If we get more, we get more. Can I be quick? There's no way I'd be quick enough to take this one out and put that one in. But you know what? That's... Oh, we're not done. We are not done. Okay, good. Well, kind of good. We're not done. Now we're going to be done. It's so weird that it was just one more customer for the closing time. Oh, geez, okay. Never mind then. There's a lot more coming in. It's so weird how the closing time works sometimes. It's just kind of like, oh, okay. That makes sense, kind of. And the thing is, the closing time, people are not counted in the upfront number that they give you. The rushes are. It'll say, oh, this of this. But the closing time is not. It's not counted in the customer count. Okay, we're up to day 14. 2 more to go. 328 coins today. Floor protector, not bad. So, the way we're at now is we need 2... No, I said we needed 1 more. We actually need... This one would feed that into that, right? And then we actually need 2 more. But we're going to buy this one, of course, now. Because it will be helpful for sure. And I'm going to actually re-roll these 5. I know we're up to 80 coins, but look what we have over 1,000 coins. Maybe we can roll and get a grabber. Nothing useful. I'm going to roll a bunch of times. We have so much money. Yes, conveyor belt. Look at all the coursioners and combiners. So this is going to be good. But you know what? I'm feeling lucky because maybe we'll get a grabber. One more time, right? So that was definitely not that was definitely not worth it. Excuse me. Okay, so what we can actually do here now is we can we can do something like this. Let's put this here. So what we're going to do is all this is going to be pushed back 1. You got to make sure these are turned properly. Push all these back 1 because there's no such thing as a corner conveyor yet. The flour can come down here. This is going to go here. And there you go. That way we can have dough on here. And we can still make a loaf in the oven. Right now I'm going to actually set my options to spawn these outside because it is getting a bit kind of congested in here, as you can tell. This is fine. So this way I can get a loaf going here. I can actually have 2. When this one finishes, this one will go into here. We're 30 for customers. So that means we'll need 5, possibly 6 loaves because each loaf gives you 8. We'll take this back up here. I think that's actually fine. Or we could put it like that maybe. Nah, we'll leave it how it was. So these are all facing the proper way. This is facing the proper way, proper way, proper way. After today, we can then have the sink. Excuse me. So we need 1 more. Actually, we wouldn't need 1 more. I could get by with it after today because you could run this straight against this. So we would have 1 for that. Yeah, we need 1 more conveyor belt on the blueprint desk today would be Really, really helpful. If not, then we should be able to automate it at least a little bit without it. But day 14, 2 more days to go to be franchised into tier 2. So let's get it going. Put that into there. This one's going to go here. This is going to go into this one. Excuse me. Now, having a double frozen prep station definitely would also be very helpful. Obviously, we don't have that. This is going to finish before the safety hob, which is actually perfectly fine. There you go. Now, we just have to keep up with the amount of customers we have, which shouldn't be too hard. Some more soaking sinks would be really helpful, but we don't have more soaking sinks, so let's keep on rolling as we do. Actually, that one can go into there. This one can go to here. This one can go to here. This one can go to here. Let's just kind of get them all going there. All right, so we actually are ready. We already can get another loaf on. Boom, just like that, which is actually good. Alrighty, let's get this one going like this. This one will wash by hand. Maybe we'll get a little splash up in the corner. All right, perfect. Splash in the corner. Look at that big mess in that corner there. Jeez Louise. That's a little scary of a mess. And I'm going to actually clean it because I am going to be walking over here. And we have 2 tables that are free. Excuse me, there's no issues here. Alrighty, now we're doing all right, I think. Excuse me. So you can preload the tables only so much before they won't sit at them. Like you have to pick them up and down, and then you can kind of preload them a bit. The only way where you don't have to preload a table, or you can't preload it. Actually, no, that won't actually work. I'm trying to think if you have the affordable one. That still won't work because they won't sit at a table that has something on it unless it's a dirty dish. So yeah, you can only preload a little bit. But you know what? That's quite all right. One more. Of course, you're sitting at the one that doesn't have anything. Come on now. So I love the soaking sink. In my previous run, which you guys, if you saw the video up on YouTube or watched the VOD on Twitch or watched me live on Twitch, is I had double prep station and I had 3 soaking sinks, which is really good, by the way. Because I think I only had 2 tables, and by the time the one was done eating, like there was always a fresh plate ready to go. Alrighty, where are we at here? Getting close, not quite the end of the day. Actually, not really near the end of the day at all. We're going to get another loaf on. I want to clean the messes a little bit cleaner. A little bit clean. Do something like that. I can go to that. Again, we're lucking out. We haven't had to take... I mean, we have had some side cards, but we haven't had to take any, which is good. We've always had a customer card that is better, in a sense. Alright, I want to get another dough ball because this one's going to be ready to go very soon. Because by having it set up like this... Actually, I don't know if that would be the most ideal. Oh, we got a dumb waiter. Dumb waiters are not what we need right now. We need... look at that. Sitting nice and cool, collected. That actually might be the last one. If it is, it is. You know, it's not a big deal. It's so hard to pinpoint when the actual closing time rush is going to come. And apparently we just got one. So, let's see what we get. And maybe we'll look out. Because we need one more grabber. Ooh, look at this. Safety hobs. Prep station. A sink. I really don't want to reroll everything in hopes of getting a grabber. But what we can do is... trying to think the best way to go about this. I guess we could just have this, the oven. I think we'll just get rid of the oven for now, because what I can do, because we need one more to be able to automate this step with making the dough, is actually we didn't get one either. So excuse me. So what do I want to try to get here? These are all awesome things. I think the sink is the best thing to try to upgrade, get another soaking sink just to make dishes a little bit easier. Even if we get something like a power sink or even a wash basin, like either any of them will work for this. Yeah, I hate to re-roll over a prep station and a safety hob portioner, but we don't need we don't need any of that. So we're gonna re-roll at least 2 times and try. Coffee table isn't bad. I'm gonna re-roll again because we don't need the money. Research desk, seriously? Let's re-roll again. Because you know what? After today, we're going to be franchised, so we're not... Oh, no, now we get a blueprint cabinet, but it doesn't matter because we have the simplicity. It's going to keep rolling. We have everything we need besides one thing. Oh my gosh, another blueprint desk. Alrighty. So, but the thing is, though, is today is day 15. After today, we're going to scratch this franchise, and we're going to start up tier 2. So there's no point to keep going unless we can get a grabber. So we'll be able to roll one more time. No grabber. And we actually lost that on that, which is pretty, you know what, this is fine because we can't fully automate the bread. Yeah, the closest we could get would be... We could actually move a lot of this stuff out of here, to be honest with you. The closest we could get would be something that would resemble that, which is actually fine, to be honest with you. It's fine. Doesn't matter what we're gonna get here, yeah, because it doesn't matter because we're gonna scrap this run after. If we make it through today, 40 customers. That's a lot of customers plus closing time. But the idea behind this is if we'd have one more grabber. Actually, you know what? Maybe I can just demonstrate that for you guys because this is the last day. So we're not going to need the freezer. If you have this here, we will do a practice run just to make sure this works. But theoretically, that will work. Because the way it works is the grabber will grab the flour down here. This combiner, the way the mechanics work as of now is it will combine the water and the flour, which it shouldn't, but it does. And then this should go to here, and it should grab from that. So let's do a little test. If it doesn't work in practice mode, then we'll just switch it up a bit. We're going to go to practice mode, and let's see what happens. That should combine into that, and that should go onto that, and then that should... We're just going to wait here for it to do that, mind you. Doesn't matter where I run to. I just want to prove a point, I guess you would say, that this actually does work. So while we're actually waiting, right, we have sedate atmosphere. Look how slow I'm walking because we have sedate atmosphere because I'm in the dining room. Let's just do our research while we're at it. Let's see. Should it pull right from that? Oh, we ended up getting a wash basin anyway. Okay, perfect. So you see, proof of concept that this works. The portioner will portion straight from the hob. So as soon as this is done, it'll go from here. Now, the other way you could think of is saying, well, wouldn't you want to have more of these ready to go because this takes so long? And the answer is actually yes. So I just wanted to show that this is possible doing it like this. But what we're actually going to do is we're going to not have it automated like that because I don't want to run out of... Actually, you know what? Will we run out of toast? Maybe. So I just want to demonstrate that that does work. But in actuality, we're not going to do it like that. Just for the simple fact that I don't want to run out of toast. But anyways, proof of concept that action, that does work. This actually has to go away. This would go like, oops, excuse me. This would go to here. Excuse me. This would go like that. So that way we can have, actually I would do it like that for now. And even do it like that. Because what I'll do is I can put dough ball here, dough ball here, dough ball here. This one's here already. So yeah, this is proof of point that this does work. We can back this up. It doesn't really matter. So we're on to day 15. The episode's going a little long, but I want to franchise this for you guys. Dip it in the water. Boom. Get another one on. Boom. Get another one on. Boom. And I couldn't do another one. It just wouldn't fit, obviously. But we're going to keep rolling along here. I wonder what sink we'll get now if we try to research it. It'll be interesting if it gives us a soaking sink. I'll be happy if it does, but that is a soaking... No, that is a soaking sink. Oh, geez, just my luck, right, guys? That's how my luck works. So, like I said, we're not going to have enough, well, time, because we're gonna abolish this run. Abolish is the right word. We're gonna get rid of this run and go on to tier 2 in the next segment, in the next video, I should say. So, because in all honesty, we could keep going with this run probably for another 8 to 10 days. But I always find it very fresh to keep working on your tiers. It took us a while to franchise or to automate this, if I'm honest with you guys. When I had my stream, I was very much farther ahead than I was here with the automation, like quicker. But you know what? It's not always about speed, right? All right, let's go down here, dip it in, get another one on. We're really going through a lot of bread. Wow. I'm kind of surprised. Kind of surprised, but not really surprised. Oops, this is going to go to there. This one's going to go here. This one's going to go to here. All right. Caught up on dishes. Halfway through the day. I don't want to keep having more dishes than I need floating around, because then it just makes things messy. Because then you're chasing dishes, and you don't want to chase dishes. You don't want to be chasing. If you have like 6 dishes laying around, then that's just too many. You don't need 6. Like right now I'm running 3 dishes, but sometimes 4, and that is more than enough for what you need. And there you go. Do that, switch to that, the old switcheroo. As long as they can switch around, they'll still sit down on it, which is good. Yeah, now we're back to running. If I'd have one more soaking sink, which that one down there, I'm pretty sure that says soaking sink because of how long the words are, how long the top word is. More flour, which we don't need at the moment. Oops, that one had a dirty under it. Just keep replacing things. Replace the dirties with the cleans with some bread, and you basically just, rinse and repeat. We're almost getting towards the end of the day already, which is excellent. Excellent, excellent. This can go to here. And I don't mind preloading the tables if there's someone walking in, because they will sit down anyway. You just don't want to preload the table if you have nobody, because then they'll take a seat on the coffee table, and that's not what you want. These are preloaded because there's someone on it, like there's a bread on it already. This one's now preloaded because there's someone coming in. So we're good to go. And look at that bread. We're going to have just enough bread, I think, as well, or enough toast. But remember, we do have the rush coming in, or maybe not. Oh, there was no closing time today. Again, it's so odd how the closing time works. Alrighty, let's see what franchise. Let's see what franchise cards we get. Variety and catalog. Now, the thing is with variety will give us obviously a choice of bringing another dish with, and it's not a terrible option. But if you see what we're going for here is being able to automate making the toast. Period. Because it's inevitable that we're going to get beans at some point. And once you exhaust all the customer cards that actually fit your run, like if we get leisurely eating with beans, you have to take beans. You can't do leisurely eating with individual dining. So I'm not going to leave this as a cliffhanger for you guys to go into tier 2, because I'm going to choose catalog because it offers an additional blueprint every day. So instead of getting 5 blueprints, you're going to get 6, which gives us a 20% more chance, because it's one more, 1 of 5 is 20%. It's going to give us an extra 20% chance to get conveyor belts early. And as you see, if we'd have one more, so the bare minimum would be 1, 2, 3, 4. Actually, it would be 4, because you could make it. I showed you guys in the previous, before we started the day, how you could automate this completely. I just don't trust it because the amount of bread you're using, how quickly, wouldn't keep up. So having maybe 5 conveyor belts, maybe 6 with having another frozen prep, that would be ideal, or a couple freezers or something like that would be beneficial. But anyway, without further ado, let's catalog this. And we're going to end the episode here. I'm not going to keep going with this run because it's going to be rinse and repeat every time until we... So actually what we'll do is because we franchise this, we can start the day, and all we got to do is go in here and you go to abandon. And here's a bit of a lot of newer players don't understand this. So if you franchise a run, regardless of what day past OT1, which you're at right now, if you quit, it'll save your game. You get the little floppy disk. You could resume it. Or if you abandon it, your franchise is safe because you already franchised it. Anything after franchising completion is gravy day. It just gives you more XP. But by doing what I'm doing here and going to abandon this, it's going to take us right to the franchise screen right here. Well, actually, if I go through all of this, do we get any XP from that? A little bit. Dishwasher, trash, franchise creation. So there you go. Now, if you remember, we have a bunch of cards already. So what do we want to go to? I really don't want this. But the problem is these are so good. I can't, like, this is the free card. This is a free card, except if we get beans. If we get a side or beans or a topping, this might be tricky. So we have to be a little careful there. Instant service is good because we already have individual dining. So the thing is, though, is do we want to try to run more than one blueprint cabinet? I think the answer is yes. To try to get the automation done quicker. So if we end up getting sides or beans, we can actually start to automate them as well. It doesn't take very much. A couple combiners or a portioner, some grabbers, etc., and we're good to go there. Really simple. So I think we're going to leave these. I'm going to leave these. This is a free card, in my opinion. This is a free card. Until we get a side or topping, this is a free card. And then this here, this is the best card ever for out of these 5. So let's create our franchise. We could make 1,000 experience if we scrap this right now. Anyway, we're back to the screen just to show that the franchise actually exists. We're going to go over to here, and it's going to be, should be the top one. There we go. Thanks a Brunch. And I want to thank each and every one of you guys for tuning in. Please comment, like, and subscribe. Hit the bell notification button so you don't miss any new future episodes. I put out new episodes of PlateUp content every single day. And at 9 a.m. Eastern is when my PlateUp content comes out every single day. And at 2 p.m. Eastern is when I have additional content. Sometimes it's how-to series. Sometimes it's learning the basics. Sometimes it's tutorials. Sometimes it's how to automate coffee. And other times it's other games like Dinkum and Unrailed and Flooded and all these other super neat games that I've been playing that I want to bring to you guys so you get an opportunity to see what other types of games that I play as well. So thank you guys so much for tuning in. I'll catch you guys on Twitch Monday and Wednesday evenings at 9 o'clock Eastern. If you follow me on Twitch, you get notifications. Also join me on Discord. The link is in the description below. You can see exactly when I go live, exactly when new videos come out. Thank you guys so much, and stay tuned for part 4, which should be Tier 2, Thanks a Brunch, Breakfast, Solo Run. Take care now.